Hey Magic family, welcome back on Magic Raven Tarot channel. Thank you so much for all the feedback that you guys give it. I enjoy so much to enter on the comment section and really read everything that you guys write to me. And I'm giving my energy and my time to really pay attention at each comment in part. And for today's reading, which I am curious as well, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are curious also. I want to find out who is gossiping behind your back. And for pile number 1, I choose Rose Petals. For pile number 2, I choose Myrtle Leaves. And for pile number 3, I choose Styrax. And we do have here oracle cards. So I'm gonna choose for each pile one oracle card. Let's see for pile number 1, who is gossiping behind your back? And what they are saying also. So we have pile 1, 2. I want for pile 3 also to know. All right. So for pile number 1 for Rose Petals, we have compassion. For pile number 2 with Myrtle Leaves, we have faith. And for pile number 3, we have awakening. Interesting. Styrax. So press pause or take your time, breathe in, breathe out, connect with your inner voice and follow your intuition and choose the pile that you feel drawn to. If you feel like you want to choose more than one pile, I invite you to do so. It will really help you to have a more bigger perspective of what is going on. So let's go to the shuffle part. All right, so now that we do have in my left part, in my left side, we have the oracle cards, and on my right side, we have the tarot decks. We're gonna pick up one oracle card for each pile and two tarot. All the time I say that. Two tarot cards for from each deck in part. So let's see the oracle cards for pile number 1, the ones who choose the rose petals. Who is gossiping behind your back? What they are saying, if it's good, if it's bad, and most importantly, with what that information can help you actually. For pile number 1. Now for pile number 2. And for pile number 3. For pile 1, we want to know. For pile 2, pile number 3, who is gossiping? And now the tarot cards. For pile 1, I want one more card. Oh, pile 3, no, for pile 2 actually. So, and for pile 3, who is gossiping behind their back? That was with direction, that card. Remember, because it could be very important. Second one. Pile number 1 is gossiping behind their back. For my pile number 1. And so on also. And for pile number 2, this. Let's put one more card. This one wants to come out all the time. I would just drag it. Right. And for pile number 3, we have one, this one. Right. Pile number 1, who is gossiping behind their back? What they are saying, I will take. For pile number 2, and we want one more card. Second. And for pile number 3, 1 and second. And the last deck, pile number 1. I want to know. And I want to know also what they are saying. Thank you. Another one. And let's see for pile number 2. This. And for pile number 3, who is gossiping behind their back? This. Alright, so now that we have the oracle cards and the tarot cards for each pile in part, feel free to choose the one that you resonate with, the one that you feel drawn to. If you feel that you want to listen more than one pile, do that. It will help you. So follow your intuition and your inner voice, and hopefully this will be really helpful for you. Hey Magic family, welcome back on Magic Raven Tarot channel. For those of you who choose the pile number 1 with the rose petals, looks like this. Let's see the cards and let's see who is gossiping about you behind your back. So pile 1, you have compassion, you also have Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, and drama. Interesting. have to look at it with passion. For pile number 1, we have Morning Dew Girl. We also have Knight of Cups. The Temperance energy. Star. We also have the High Priestess. The Two of Water, which is the Two of Cups. We have the High Priestess again. Whoa, pile number 1. You have 2 times High Priestess. We have the Four of Cups. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. So pile number 1, those of you who choose the Rose Petals, we do know that the Rose Petals has magical properties, including love, luck. It brings luck. It protects all your relationship when it comes about friendship, when it comes about love, and it brings happiness. And it helps also with those who are dealing with depression. It protects also against viruses, so it has many properties. And I suggest for pile number 1 that you could probably use those rose petals in this period, and they will be really useful for you to protect your relationship and your friendships. So I see here with the compassion card that it could be that you have a friend who have strong judgments and expectations, and probably they freeze their ability to connect with open heart. But this friend or this person, they will ask help at another person to find compassion, and they are sincere somehow in caring for you. So it could be that they are going through a tough time where they probably had too many expectations from you and they judge you in a strong way, but that in their way of expressing, they are very honest and sincere. They have nothing to hide, and probably they seek help to another person. But the vibe behind says that you are actually surrounded by compassion, and you should look with compassion towards the gossips also. Because under the gossip, you might feel yourself vulnerable. So maybe pile number 1, you are resting now and gather your thoughts. There is this golden light here in this picture, which offer you a clear route out of the glade. And the spirit of compassion that we see in the picture, he hovers above. So you, pile number 1, you might be an empath, and you gain this perspective where you are into non-judgmental phase, and you are very patient. So it's time for you now to see the world through the healing properties of compassion. And be aware of any strong judgments and expectation that you might be carried by you or the others around you, because that indeed might freeze the ability to connect with an open heart. So practice extending sincere, unconditional love and caring for those around you, and face the problems and the gossips you encountered with a sincere wish to alleviate suffering. So look for guidance, open your heart for the rays of compassion. And I see here with the Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, drama. There is definitely some gossip and intrigue around you. And what actually you need a true friend. Someone might experience jealousy and envy because they see you more successful and beloved than them, but they need to actually to focus to work hard on themselves and create their own style. So you can't control what it's said about you, so live your life and move through this with grace. And there might be some people around you who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It's not coming from the heart. So do not keep false friends. Be true to your own vision, even if that it's in opposition with what is currently fashionable or considered desirable. And rather go into this vibe of creating than following a tribe, following the ships, or following a certain pattern. And I see here with the morning dew girl that perhaps you have to face fears and be aware and conscious. There is a person around you who absorb fears and worries from the others, and then they feel the need to share their own feelings and worries. So sometimes it's better to collect and deal with them instead of hiding them deep inside. And this person, she stands resolute and strong, ready to face her fears. And if you're not afraid of this event, of this gossip, you might confront it, and it will turn out as being something small, not such a big thing. So there might be a person around you as well, which they are trying to, they really absorb the fears and the worries, like something simple, like you have a friend who is, you are confessing some of your fears and your worries, and then this friend, probably it's an empath also, and absorb and then go to another person and talk about it. So it could look innocent in a way, and maybe you wouldn't want that, but they at their from their position, they feel that they need to really take this out as well from themselves. So it might be done in an innocent way. We have also the Knight of Cups, and I see here that there is someone in your life who is actually in touch with her own intuition and emotions, and has for you deep emotions. It could be romantic nature, because this person might look and is very charming, and they might be talking about you when they listen music. They are very sensitive and they hold you dear to their heart with the Knight of Cups here. And with the Temperance energy, and we have the Star also. That's quite interesting. I feel like this person, she or he, it's kind of modest and mindfulness. They feel in harmony and moderated when it comes about you. They feel the need to take to a higher path here and stay true to their life purpose. And the two doves here symbolize unbalanced mind, peaceful. And you are lucky, because this person feels lucky also with the star energy. They feel lucky to have you. They feel hope and faith for you. They see all your light. It might be a starseed person with the stars here. I'm kind of getting it. And this person has a very high wisdom, with the highest priestess 2 times repeating. I feel like they are very wisey, and they have deep emotions for you, and they are talking about you. They are talking about you when they meet with the other people, when they probably even when they are alone, and perhaps they go and consult a tarot reader as well. I feel like they are very wisey and very open, and they could really see your light. And with the Two of Water here, which is the Two of Cups, there is a harmonious partnership, loving and lasting relationship. And I see this card that it's under the Knight of Cups, so I think that it's the same person. It doesn't have to be a lover necessary. It could be a very, very good friend. Because there is this partnership involved here. It's a very loving and lasting relationship. The heart, it's connected between two souls and they feel in harmony. This person feels in harmony with you and they are there for you. They encourage you perhaps, and they feel you bring the best out of them, and they can do the same for you because they express divine love towards you. So that's quite very beautiful. You are blessed, pile number one. And it's interesting that you have this type of reading and you choose the rose petals, which is about love, it's about friendship, it's about protecting those gifts that we have them with the others and share them with the others. And there is a lot of compassion also here. I see that because the highest priestess repeat 2 times, you have a very strong connection with the other people around you. Some of you, my experience that some things you might not know them intellectually, rationally, but you experience them through intuition, and they might experience the same connection with you, of a psychic connection, I might say here. And I wasn't actually expecting this type of reading, to be honest, because it applies more to love relationships and strong friendship. But yes, people can gossip good things about you and people can gossip bad things about you. So take it as it resonates. I'm feeling here also that this person, it's really, they feel you bring the best out of them and they do the same thing for you. And they have, it looks like within this connection, both of you have access to a higher wisdom. And you know when you tune in, you trust your vibes and they trust their vibes. And this period, all mysteries will be revealed and you can grow as a result. I also see here with the Four of Cups for pile number one that someone has some sort of regret over you and refuse an offer here. They feel like they missed an opportunity and they feel apathic. They also focus on the negative, very self-absorbed, even depressed with the remorse and nostalgia. And this person is also frustrated and he or she daydreaming and fantasize and meditate about you. So it could be someone from your past, maybe a past connection, or really someone who feel that they really missed an opportunity with you and they are really thinking about you a lot. And they might be talking also with their closest ones with whom they have close relationships and emotions and feelings about this fact that they missed this opportunity with you. I also see here with the Ace of Pentacles that another person might talk about your work. It could be about a new job that you had or opportunities with new business. It could be that it's someone who really has a high interest for you to take on a new business or to invest your money into something, maybe taking care of your health. It could be someone from the family or a boss or a colleague, but it has good intention because they are looking forward that you will save money and they are looking forward that you will be able to secure and manifest abundance. And I see here that actually they are talking for your best interest here, especially about your work. Perhaps you shared those ideas or your new projects here with someone and they are talking about that as well. And I feel like they might be because it's under the highest priestess, I feel like they might be even sick information to a tarot reader or to divination art, or perhaps speak with someone elder who is quite very wisey, with the highest priestess here, someone who is in tune with their own intuition and see the things more clearly. So you have good stuffs on the way, pile number one. Of course, here at the beginning, I saw indeed that, yes, there is someone who indeed, it's a good friend, but they absorb a lot from you and they need to share. You need to be aware of that, that they feel the need to share and spill out somehow, puke out also the information and the energy that they receive it. It's nobody's fault, but it's your decision if you want to befriend or keep this friend next to you, or perhaps protect it from some type of information. And indeed, there is also a person who is jealous on your work, is jealous on your the way how you are loved and what you achieve. But as I say, they need to work on themselves, of course, and they kind of are surrounded by this glamour and intrigue and drama, and that goes from a place of a wound where they continue to compare themselves with the other, and probably they didn't find yet their own style and they don't have so high self-esteem. But look at the whole gossip area with compassion, because compassion is the key here. And we do know that by feeling compassion, it brings you in a place where you don't judge so much the other and you wait patiently. So this will just dissipate in time. That was my reading for pile number one. I hope you did gather the information that you needed and they were useful. Perhaps during this reader you remember people, names, persons, maybe you are thinking about someone. If you feel that you want to that you are thinking on a specific person and you want to pick up other pile for another person that you might vibing into, that they gossip about you, or you want to know more, feel free to watch more piles, and see you at the next reading. Bye. Hey, pile number two. For those of you who choose the Myrtle leaves, it's like this. Let's see the cards and let's see who gossip behind your back. Good things, bad things, let's just see. So for pile number two, we have faith. Interesting. And I see a child here and birds is like small chit chat about pile number two, superficial somehow, and that's actually cute. We also have two little witches. Why I'm getting the vibe of two kids talking, chit-chatting. And it could be, here the message is like magical space clearing time. And I'm feeling like for some of you, you might have kids into your house, or you might have children gathered somewhere and they are like talking about you. And it could be something about we need to clean this place, we need to clear this space. Some of you might be pushing rules, but it could be also two persons, not very old, who actually they chit chat about you. See here. We also have Eva. We do have the Five of Swords energy. Two. We have the Two of Swords. I feel here air signs, Gemini, Aquarius. And again, I see here two birds, like birds everywhere. we have the Ten of Swords. And again here, it's like the same word on the first card and on this card as well. Interesting. Like, I don't know what you are going through right here. I'm to see it more clearly. There must have been something very painful, but don't give up. Pile number 2. You still have inner strength here. We have the Magician energy. Oh, that's beautiful. Magician. Right? We have the Hermit energy. And on this picture, the Hermit, it's this door with this light here, number 9. For some of you, it might represent something, the number 9. And we have this small keys here, which tells me that you have the key on that door. You have the key to their heart, I think. And we have also 9 of Fire, which is the 9 of Wands. I'm seeing you here holding this light heart here and here. You are looking towards this self-introspection. We also have the World energy and the Judgment card. All right. So, pile number 2, you choose the myrtle leaves. And with the myrtle leaves, these leaves are for love bath rituals. They are used in energy cleansing rituals, and it attracts positive energy, and it is used also against deception. It is used for personal attraction and success. So I feel like you will use those, you could use those at home, even for a cleansing, and use them when you are taking a bath, because it will protect you and it will help you. And it will bring that success that you are looking towards, and it will cleanse also the energy from the home. And I feel like it's needed here, because with the 2 little witches magical space clearing time, it is needed to cleanse the home. I see here with the Faith card that someone has their faith tested by the higher power. And in this situation, they have their faith tested, and it could be some people have faith within, some people don't have. Well, this person, it could be a child or it could be somebody young, but this person have faith because they carry a lot of love for you. And this child in this picture, he kind of waits in the shadow for a new tomorrow. So sometimes we feel we are in the shadows, in the shadow of unknowing. And there was a lot of suffering probably in the past, sadness and fragility in our human nature. But this call upon us to grow new and to want to seek out answers to the deeper meaning of life and mysteries of our own divinity. So divine love connects us every day, and faith connects us to the unseen, and we can see with our heart when mind cannot. And it could be that it could be also a person who is very innocent, and it's not yet developed emotionally, They could be also grown-up adults, but who are very sensitive and very innocent, and they are looking towards you. They don't really understand so fast some things that are happening, but they do have a lot of faith, and they believe in you, and they love you. So they are kind of waiting and see what it's going to happen tomorrow, what she's going to do, what they are going to do. And they kind of follow you, even if it's dark for them at the moment. And we do know that when we lack faith, injustice can appear and victimization when life doesn't reward us the way how we want. And we need to remember the bigger picture. By practicing faith in the face of adversity, you can also reflect on times when you lacked faith in the past and the gifts that were hidden underneath that, especially underneath the obstacles. And you can also remember how faith rewarded you, even if you didn't see it at that time. And you can actually learn valuable lessons because higher power is revealed to you because of life challenges, not in spite of them. So that's quite interesting. So remember those moments when you had faith, what happened, and when you didn't have faith, how everything was hidden under the obstacles. And practice again that. We also see here two little witches. And it could be as well, I was saying earlier that it could be two kids, but that's not necessarily the case. For some of you, it might resonate. For some of you, it might be other situation. But I do see here that perhaps, perhaps you invited two friends at home and they gossip, and that energy remained there and needs to be cleansed. So there is like magical space clearing time. And it seems that you need to cleanse the house after them. Physical and also energetical. Like in your own house, there were gossips, that's for sure. There was chit chat, and I'm seeing birds and a lot of activity. And bless the house after you cleanse. If you make changes, starting cleaning and cleansing your house, moving objects, or do changes at yourself, you might find out what you were hanging on to. And some people could be weighting you down and you didn't even realize that. So all the time you have to cleanse after. And it's time for space clear for you, especially who enter in your house, in your space. Very, very important. And with the Eva card here, there is someone duplicitar, I can see here, who bring you deception. So be cautious here, because this woman, she steps out of the jungle. She has half of her body covered with exotic plants and flowers, but around her neck she has this snake, and she presents herself like a sweet fruit ready to be consumed or offered, but it looks like more she offers excitement and novelty. But be careful, because her kiss between dots can be toxic. I see a deceitful friend or a lover, but or a deceitful friend, and she masked her true intentions actually. So pay attention here. And it might be that she entered in your house as well, because you need to really clear your house. And sometimes we can look at the picture and see how she looks like or how they look like. There could be some attributes like exotic clothes or flowers, and it's like they are wearing a mask somehow. They don't really, they hide their true intentions. We also have here the Five of Swords, and I feel for pile number 2 that some of you might have had a fight. in this picture, the man lost the argument. And it wasn't a fair argument, even though the woman symbolized drama and emotional conflict here because she won the argument. But the conflict and the fight was a little bit manipulative. The conversation, I feel like it was manipulated, and the man, it was in an unfair advantage. So I feel here that someone is really disappointed of that, and they might be talking about that. And I'm seeing here that actually his shadow, he talks from his shadow self towards those two little witches. It could be two kids, it could be two friends who entered in your house or so. So that's quite very important information for you. But I'm also feeling that he kind of spill out what he experienced, because from his point of view, the conflict and the argument was kind of unfair. And it might be that way also, that you wanted to win that argument at all cost. It happens. And we also have here the Two of Swords. And I see this woman here. She's kind of stuck in a situation and too much into her head. And she's thinking about a problem but can't seem to find a solution. And it could be also someone who actually is trying to, yes, now I see it. I see pile number 2. So first of all, this woman is stuck in a situation, and it could be your energy as well. And you're kind of thinking about a problem, and you can't really seem to find exactly what is the right solution for that problem. And we have those two birds here arguing about who is allowed to go inside the birdhouse. And the woman's eyes are covered with leaves, which I see that she is actually unable to see things clearly. So it could be two opponents fighting for your thoughts, fighting for a place in your mind that each one of them wants you to take care of them, think of them, and so on. It could be children, it could be friends, and they want to be part of your thoughts and see what you are thinking. And for some of it could be a situation where indeed this fight took place, and this shadow part of this man or woman follow advices, and they seek to speak about this argument and this fight with two other friends. But they might seem more a little bit infantile, so I don't know how much help they will give it. And I'm seeing this person on the other hand who is actually are aware of those two friends, and each one wants to be right. Each one wants to be in your thoughts, in your life, and they want to help, but it's a chaotic situation because it puts a lot of mental pressure. I feel like it could be that this person cannot see actually clearly everything, and that therefore they cannot really give a good advice, and instead of bringing solution on the table, it's more a chaotic chat full of arguments. And we have also here the Ten of Swords. So you have to watch your back here because something hurted you and left a mark. And I feel like someone said something to you, communicated something, and then they just ran away. You can see it here. But you can still stand on your ground. You can still take your broom, lift up, and win that fight, that argument. Even if it left a mark, you can still win the battle. And I feel that that was directly communication, not necessary gossip. I see here with the magician that there is a person here who is probably alone right now and wants to manifest you with the magician energy. And they have all the tools to manifest you into their lives, but they kind of enter it, and I'm seeing here that it's under the Five of Swords. So it could be this person or it could be somebody else, but they kind of went, this person is alone right now, and they have a lot of self-introspection, and they have a lot of self-reflection. They are seeking wisdom, and they are seeking, it's kind of, I feel like they went into some shadow work period here, because it really affected them, this conflict, and they felt like it was unfair, so they are kind of seeking within themselves to see why they are so broken, even thought this woman holds a part of their heart here, and they want to heal that and reflect upon that, and they do want to manifest you. And I also see here with the Nine of Wands that I see that they feel overwhelmed by the responsibilities, and they reevaluate the circumstances, and they may be uncertain and cautious. They stopped, they wait and look before they proceed, and they need this time out to allow actually insights to arise and guide them before they take the next step. So I'm feeling that actually here there is a person who is talking about you with two other friends, and they really are looking for insights, and they discover that they actually have the tools to manifest you, and that this chit chat that was created, it didn't really help. And there are also, with the word energy, there are some people, pile number 2, who talk about your success, your achievements, your accomplishments. You might be also traveling, it could be your family, your group, your tribe, your community that you make part of, and they are talking about everything that you achieve, everything that, because this is accomplishment. And it could be also an ending of something. And I see with the Judgment card also that it looks more like the renew and awakening there. There is also blaming here, but also forgiveness. So that's quite interesting, because those people, this tribe, this community, this family, this group of people, they kind of started to renew themselves. They started to awaken. And if there were some arguments, gossips about blaming you on some things, there is also a lot of forgiveness involved. And there is a lot of shadow work as well. So you, pile number 2, you are a strong personality who actually could trigger the others as a catalyst, an awakening. They become very aware. And it could be also, for some of it could be a situation where it's parenting, and they kind of learn and they wake up. So that's very powerful, pile number 2. You are doing a good job here, and I'm proud of you. Yes, there is a lot of chat and talks, arguments, chaos, but in the end, the result goes to a good direction. I can see it here. So I will tell you that you should be the one who have faith with your innocence inside. They are awakening. They really wake up, and it's a lot of forgiveness also. So that's kind of cute. Pile number 2, that was my reading for you. I hope you really enjoy it. If you feel that you want to watch more piles, feel free to do that. Maybe you remember somebody who gossiped about you, you remember their name, and maybe you want to pick another pile, thinking on the person. Maybe you want to listen more of the piles. So feel free to do what your intuition is guiding you. See you at the next reading. Hey, pile number 3. For those of you who choose the Styrax, looks like this. Let's see the cards. And let's see who gossip behind your back, pile number 3. We have awakening energy. Wow. We also have the violet angel with breaking down. Someone is going through an awakening here. They broke down and they are going through an awakening, so they are talking about you. We also have the tiny triumphs. We do have the Two of Pentacles energy. We have the Knight of Wands. Interesting. You are looking towards in doing something. We have the Tower energy. Yeah, like that's what I felt here with the awakening and breaking down, because the Tower card, it's usually about spiritual awakening here. We also have the King of Swords energy. And it could be that you triggered them into the spiritual awakening, or they did that on purpose. See more clearly. An event happened here. We also have the Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups. I feel here Earth, G, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. We have also fire energy with the Knight of Wands as Sagittarius. I'm feeling it. Leo, even Aries. We have air signs also, Gemini, Aquarius. We have the Five of Wands, the Five of Fire. We also have Three of Swords. Oh God, what happened here? It's exactly under the Tower. And we have the Seven of Swords. Whoa. Pile number 3. Strong energy here, I feel. A breakup situation, a fight, or losing somebody, really, like it's quite very painful here. And it's interesting because you choose the Styrax, and the Styrax, it's used for banishing people. And with the Tower energy here, I feel like someone was banished. The Tower symbolize also a strong spiritual awakening, where you actually banish everything that it's old and rebuild a new you. So it could be also banishing people, banishing old patterns, purification. It offers protection, the Styrax, and it promotes also mental strength. And it helps you also to create romantic and sensitive and loving moods. So with the Awakening Oracle card here as a primary card, someone is going through a spiritual awakening, that's for sure here. And they started to recognize the signs and seek somehow the light. It was painful, it was a chaos, it was a sudden disaster for some of them. And this light behind in this picture, it's like a metaphor. In many worlds, cultures, and faiths, that represents truth and dispelling of the darkness. So they woke up, and on their part in the situation, even if right now they might still hold into old patterns or of blaming others. So you might be the subject of a gossip of this person who go through this spiritual awakening, and they might still have resentments during this process where they actually blame you. But they realize step by step that they need to be brave and release actually their old fears. So they are doing that because of their own old patterns and their own fears. And it could be painful and disruptive for them. So they are like trying to project into you their own fears. And they are actually, during this process, they are trying slowly, slowly, step by step to open themselves. They start to see what is valuable and what it's not. And I see here with the violet angel, with the breaking down, that someone is speaking about you with hope, especially after you've been through a difficult time. So it could be a close, a relative, a friend. I see here that they saw something changed at you and they look at it optimistic and cheerful. And there are some people around you who feel gratitude for you and they are kind of awakening as well. And with the tiny triumph here, with this oracle card, that's interesting. This person, which is the mouse here in the picture, looks bigger. And it's like dressed like in a circus. And the bird looks smaller, which in reality is the other way around. And it feels like a person who is actually very small, they have this attitude and tendency during a party or somewhere where the others gather to have fun, to have this attitude of I am big, I am strong, look who I am, and so on, and I can eat them. But actually it's the other way around. And they might be talking about you that. And I can see here that actually you have to trust yourself. Pile number 3, don't think you're too small or too outmatched in a situation, because inner size is what matters. And we also have here the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. This woman from this picture handle any challenges with elegance and grace. She's kind of flexible and adapt. And she's quite courageous and confident. No fears in taking risks. And she's kind of impulsive, so you might have a friend, or you are dealing with a person who has this attitude. Very elegant, very graceful, very flexible. She adapts quite fast, or he adapts quite fast. Very courageous, confident. They have no fears in taking risks. They are impulsive without thinking at all the dangers that are around. They count a lot on their own flexibility, and they are full of energy and longing for adventure. And this person is also charismatic and passionate. But the thing is that this person, when they talk about you, they are so passionate and so impulsive that their mouths speak before their head, and somehow they find their way to find themselves flexible during the situation and adapt very fast. So people have the tendency to forgive this person for what they are saying. They also speak some cruel truths in a certain way, so she cannot actually be blamed so much. But it's just gossip. And they, with their attitude and their passionate energy, they kind of create this disruptive moment, the tower moment, because they are not really aware of the danger around them, and they kind of set up fire with chaos and destruction, and things go boom. And usually this is a bad thing, but in this case, sometimes this tower moment, no matter how painful it is, or what they are saying, that they said something about you extraordinary and it hurted so much and it was shocking, but behind of that, sometimes those things are needed to make room for something new and better, to make room for this person might have good intentions and put the finger exactly on the wound. exactly on the things that needs to be changed. And if you enter in that observer state, you will realize that you cannot actually blame them or hate them, because they might have been right deep down if you are honest to yourself. And then you just start to work on yourself, a new you, on some certain things. Some things might have been said from hurtful position, so they might not really mean it. And I think that this was needed to make room for something new and better. So they might be passionate and fiercey when they are talking about you, this friend or probably a partner. They are passionate and fiercey when they talk, but their intentions are all actually good. Even if at the surface it creates a lot of chaos and a lot of storms. And I see here with the King of Swords also that you have a friend around, or a counselor, or a father. It could be also a female, but a person who actually tells you to look at them for answers from the head, not the heart. So they are very wisey, they are cool, and they have experience. And it looks, for some of you, it looks also even like a one cool customer that you might be dealing with in your work, probably. And this person, they use their logic and reason. They are intrigued by your ideas. They don't really go into fantasies. And this person, it's not a person who has this attitude of let's hug. He or she gives practical advices, and it's very calm and has a clear head. And they might not be sympathetic, but they are for the facts here. And they might be talking about your ideas. It could be a project, it could be something that you communicated with. And they look very logical and rational at it. They don't go with the emotions and the heart, and they are really they see very complex and very clear. And they take fair decisions as well. So they might be talking about your ideas, and it could be something that where you go, some of you might be doing counseling, or it might be something from work as well, or someone from your family, a father pattern figure, or a partner who actually is talking with the other people about your ideas, about what you communicated, what you taught. And I also see here with the Four of Water, which is the Four of Cups. I'm kind of getting it here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And we have also here Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I see here that there is a change in your perspective, because help might come under a different form. So pay attention. People who talk about you and gossip about you, they might not have bad intentions, and it's about you to be awakened as well, and really change the perspective how you see things, because you might get actually help in certain areas in your life, and this help will come under a different form from a different person, with a different perspective than you might have calculated. And someone is trying to honor as well here with the Five of Wands the differences between you two. And you might be surrounded by new people also, with new ideas that might appear crazy today and brilliant tomorrow. And to you, it might look unfamiliar, or you just went for a project here into a discussion where you put on the table, okay, this is what I'm thinking, this is what I want to do, this is what I thought. And the other people are like, whoa, that's crazy. And then the next day they are like, okay, her idea or his idea was actually quite good. It could solve problems and so on. So there is this flexibility, this awakening moments when everyone is actually seeing that a new way of seeing, a new way of being, a new pattern with the Tower moments here. A new foundation can be rebuilt, and then you can actually see way much better. Some of you might have lost someone with the Three of Swords here, and I'm kind of feeling here that it was in this Tower moment. Someone lost you, or you lost someone, and this person is grieving you, they are mourning you, and maybe there was a betrayal involved in some sort, or a separation. Maybe someone died, or for some of you it could be just a breakup situation. They're kind of sad, depressed, and unhappy here, and they have sorrows and they are confused. Someone might be sick also, and there are a lot of tears, and actually all because of some sort of misunderstandings, and they might be talking about you here also, and they might be seeking help to a counselor even so. See, or a person who actually can, because their heart is broken, they're like, okay, I need help from this person who can really see things clearly, quite clearly, from the head, not from the heart, because I need to rebuild myself and reshape myself from here, from this awakening that I went through and I broke down. So it could be that they are talking about you right now, and it could be someone from your past, not necessarily someone from near past. And I see also that you have to, with the Seven of Swords, you really have to be careful with trickery things and cheaters. There is an enemy here masquerading as a friend, spying on you, and it could be someone who is, because it's surrounded by this Tower moment and the swords. I'm kind of feeling that it's someone who actually communicate with you, could be stalking on you, could be really be very complex and have a lot of ideas about you, and they might be trying to manipulate you mentally here. But they carry this, oh, I feel this vibe of cunning even, and carries this energy of lack of consciousness actually. So it could be like really they are not really aware. It's like they act from a place where they do not have consciousness, but in the same time they see clearly the things. So okay, I'm not like, it might not resonate for all of you, but I'm kind of feeling here that it's um mentally abused situation, or someone who is stalking you, spying on you. It could be also a situation where they actually look forward everything that you write, everything your ideas and so on. Oh. But they don't really operate from a place where they have a fully understanding and consciousness. They just see clearly, they just see, but it takes time until they gather that awareness. Let's say they are building themselves, so pay attention here, um, because it's very important for you to be safe. And that was my reading for pile number 3. I do hope that you gather the information that you needed. I feel the need to tell you, pay attention at emails, at the way how you communicate, change your passwords, or do something that it makes you really feel secure, because we never know. Or pay attention at what you are posting on social media or so, because you are, other people might be looking in. And I feel here that I must add that you are very courageous as well, and you are rebuilding yourself during this awakening. So, whatever you are going through, I see you rebuilding yourself and be more aware and more evolved than before. So, I am really glad to meet you, pile number 3. I hope I will get to read some comments as well on this pile. So, that was my reading, and I hope you gather everything that you needed. See you at the next reading. Bye.